Singing on the steps of the Supreme Court as the High Court today announces two major decisions on gay marriage. One effectively eliminates California's Proposition H, which banned gay marriage. The other wipes away part of the federal anti-gay marriage law, one that has prevented legally married same-sex couples from receiving the same federal benefits that went to other married couples. The woman who brought the Defense of Marriage Act to the High Court talked with supporters within the last 30 minutes.
Wow. I'm honored and humbled and overjoyed to be here today to represent not only the thousands of Americans whose lives have been adversely impacted by the Defense of Marriage Act, but those whose hopes and dreams have been constricted by the same discriminatory law.
Windsor's fight started years ago. Let's go now to ABC's Tamon Bradley for more on how this battle began.
Today, major victories for supporters of gay rights. The Supreme Court struck down the Defense of Marriage Act, saying it violates gays' equal protection rights under the law. The ruling clears the way for legally married same-sex couples to receive federal benefits. The vote was divided along ideological lines, 5-4. Outside the court, supporters of gay rights erupted. 83-year-old Edie Windsor brought the Defense of Marriage Act to the High Court. She spent 44 years with her partner, Thea. The couple married in 2007. But when Thea passed away, Edie was slammed with a $360,000 federal estate tax bill, money she would not have had to pay if she'd been married to a man.
Overwhelmed with a sense of injustice and unfairness, I decided to bring the lawsuit against the government to get my money back.
In a separate decision concerning California's Prop 8, the justices cleared the way for legal same-sex marriages in California by refusing to rule on the substance of the case. The court simply said the defenders of the law had no standing to bring the case before the court. Back in March, the justices heard arguments from lawyers representing two California couples who argued Prop 8 was unconstitutional.
You are just as good as everybody else, no matter who you love, no matter who your parents love.
During oral arguments, the liberal justices seemed to agree, questioning the rationale for restricting gays and lesbians from marrying. By not ruling on Prop 8, a lower court's decision remains in effect, so same-sex marriages in California could resume. Tamon Bradley, ABC News, the Supreme Court.
Here in Colorado, several groups are embracing the U.S. Supreme Court decision, calling it a victory for their views on the subject of gay marriage. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez is live for us now at the state capitol. And Tyler, that's where Democratic lawmakers have to be pleased.
And so do other folks, Republicans included, Bertha. I just talked with the first openly gay Speaker of the House, Mark Ferrandino. He calls this a big step toward a new era of equality and respect. He says eventually he thinks Colorado will go beyond even the brand new civil unions bill that he helped introduce and pass during this last legislative session. But I also talked with a conservative lawyer. He says this ruling can easily be embraced by liberal Democrats, gay and lesbian supporters, even conservative Republicans who will see it as an affirmation of states' rights now that the Defense of Marriage Act has been ruled unconstitutional.
I think that there are a lot of groups out there that I think they look at that and they say that makes a lot of sense to me, whether they're gay or straight. I think that those principles are the ones that we push and a lot of us have discussed in the past.
Now, Colorado already has a state constitutional amendment 43 passed by voters in 2006 banning gay marriage. But Ferrandino just a few minutes ago told me that he believes at least within the next decade, by 2020, he thinks Colorado will eventually vote to repeal Amendment 43. Both men I talked with believe that's where the focus is going to go. A lot of people talking about where the state will stand on this issue. But again, a lot of folks embracing this, saying this is exactly what they'd hoped to see. States' rights advocates are pleased. Gay and lesbian supporters also pleased. Live at the state capitol, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.
Okay, thanks, Tyler. Supporters of gay marriage will be gathering this evening on the steps of Colorado's Capitol. This in protest of California's Prop 8, which is part of a national movement. There will be gatherings across the country. The rally here happens at 6:30 tonight. Again, that's on the west steps of the state capitol.